Hello, today we are going to look at the Noma Bar projects and a couple of ways you could do it. I think collage is probably the easiest way, and you'll need colored paper for this. I'm going to do one, and I'm going to start near the edge of my paper since I'll be cutting out. I'm going to do one or two of them with you today. I'm tracing a CD, and since I'm going to make a ladybug, I like to start with a circle and then cut it in half. If you want to divide it in half, you can use a ruler, but if you don't have a ruler, you can find any sort of paper with a straight edge. This one's not even all that straight. So next step, I'm going to cut this out. Now I have left a picture of these marks on my paper, and I've written pretty dark, but that doesn't matter because my intentions are to use this as the back side. Anytime I'm making collage, what I draw, I put glue side down. You can also do this project by drawing. I've had one young lady who did it by painting, but to me, collage is a pretty easy one. And my little sideways ladybug. Now from there, you can kind of see where the ladybug will be coming up. Okay, now I've assembled some parts for the ladybug. You saw me cut out the wings. While you weren't looking, I cut out the body, which you can just put the wings on and open them up very slightly. And I made a head. And you can decide how much of the head you want showing. I usually just leave a little bit. There is the basic ladybug. Now the thing that would make it Noma Bar-ish would be if I made the spots something other than circles. So the first thing I thought of was little hearts, because I could make a love bug. And then I thought about making flowers. One of the ways I sometimes do a flower is to just cut a circle first and then hop, hop, hop around the edge, but I go out to the edge of the circle each time to keep me kind of circular on my flower. Now you can see I did not draw this flower first. I just freehanded it. You can of course draw it and then add to it. Now if I was doing flowers, I would have to do more than one, and if I was feeling spicy, I could put little spots in the center. I think that would be quite cute. I also thought about what if I made my letter G for gala. This ladybug's getting too crowded, and I think letters of the alphabets could make cute spot ideas. One other spot idea I thought of was move these out, move these out. Where are my cow spots? I thought the ladybug might be funny. Those are the same. If she was covered in little cow spots. Oops. Now I haven't glued anything. My advice on this kind of project is that liquid glue will hold better, but you need to use it very thinly, or glue stick doesn't make the paper warp as much, but you're going to have to use it very thickly. I kind of like cow ladybug, but you decide where you want to take it if you do this one, because there are a lot of choices available, and you may think of some others. Here is a second idea for a Noma Bar response collage or drawing that has a lot of possibilities, which is a key with different shapes for the front end, the part that goes into the key slot. I'm using a quarter to make one of my favorite type toppers for a key. I'm tracing around the quarter each time, and then I'm going to practice till I get it right. Remember, I'm drawing on the back side, so it won't matter. I wish I'd made that key head a little larger. Can I do it? Yes, I can, because I'm on the back of the paper. Bring in my handy dandy straight edge. Move it down just a little. Won't show. I'm on the back. Maybe I'll give it a little extra boo-bah here. There we go. So now I have a key shape I like pretty well. The next thing I have to do is decide what I want to put down here. I could put a house. I could put a row of buildings like a big city. I could put a heart, like key to your heart. I think I'm going to go with the house right now. So here is a little bit of a speeded up version of me drawing the house on top of the key. And I decided a window and a door would be cool to add to it and make it a little more house-like. I also just looked at the idea of drawing the heart to make a key to your heart, or drawing a city because it's got a really nice look just like a real key. The one I chose is the house, and I'm going to start cutting it out here, which is also the speed version of cutting it out. For cutting out holes like you see in the top of the key here, you can either fold the paper and make a little snip or stick something like a pencil through it. There are several ways, but you have to get started out in the middle so that you can make your cuts. Shape I didn't like there. I also didn't decide how I want to shape the end of this key. Do I want the end of the key to be rounded? Do I want the end of the key to be pointy? Let's look. Yeah, I don't like that so much. I like that better. Okay, this gives you the basics. Now, I think cutting that out would be really hard, so I've changed my mind. I'm going to use a scrap of black paper and cut out a door that's a little bigger. Door, window, and the last thing we need to do for this one is flip it over. Do I have a back? So there would be a Noma Bar key project, and I feel like it needs a little decoration in there. I think I can do that by cutting a thin strip of paper here. Put the last little piece on there, and when it would be glued down, that would be a pretty nice example of how a Noma Bar collage could be done. I think this example gives you a couple of ideas you can work with: a ladybug, a key. Also, two other things that might be easy to work with would be using the center of the eye and turning the circle in the middle to a variety of different things, like a ball or a peace sign or a flower. And then there's the idea of the light bulb with a filament in the middle that could be made into any shape you want it to be. That one's a pretty good generalized idea. And remember, you do not have to do it as a collage. You might want to do it as some of our other students have, with a painting or with a drawing. There are lots of approaches you can take to the project. Thanks for watching. See you next week back here on Art, and I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of pictures you make.